Hello everybody, out here on a warm, windy fall day here in October in Nebraska. As you can see, it's really windy out. Winds are gusting 30-50 mile an hour. So I came out just for a real short trip here at a city lake, fishing for some stock trout. Using my little squarebill crankbait, little vicious squarebill crankbait. And I've hooked up with a good trout right here. This wind is making it real tricky to make casts into the wind, but we're managing to do it so far. And we've hooked up with a good one here. I tell you, these trout, they really battle. They give everything they have trying to get away, which makes them pretty enjoyable to catch. Pretty warm out today. As you'll see later in the video, I'm wearing shorts, so and a short sleeve shirt. So a warm day, just very, very windy. But a lot of times when you get some wind blowing, it breaks up the surface of the lake, and the fish are not as spooky. They can't see as well. And that sometimes makes them easier to catch. So it stirs things up, gets them more in a feeding mood. We've just about got this one whipped here. So we get it up to the bank, got the fish gripper, and of course he swims away from me. Pretty good sized male here. He's got the hook jaw. These males can be a little tricky to get hooked up with the fish gripper, as it tends to want to just slide right off that pointed snout. But these big trout got some pretty sharp teeth on them. So we get it hooked up here and try and get our crankbait loose. The fish just goes berserk. And that's why I like to use the fish gripper, because if you had a hold of it, you'd just rip your thumb and your finger all up with those teeth, those sharp teeth. As I've done many times before, I'll get this fish unhooked here and get a weight on it. Pretty good size one. Whoops, I think I accidentally broke a treble off. One of the hooks off the treble off here, but got it loose. Go over here to the tackle bag and get her scale here and get a weight on this fish. And let's see if we can keep it steady enough in this wind to get a weight on it. It's like 6.22 pounds, 622. Just happens to be my birthday, 6/22. Almost 6 1/4 pounder. See if I can find my tape measure and get a quick measurement on this thing. Looks like about 24, 25 inches. You can tell the wind's really blowing. That fish won't even hang straight down. It is ridiculous out here. Get this fish back in the water. and get it revived. Fish was 24 inches, 6.22 pounds. As it takes off and swims away, I spent a lot more time reviving that fish than what I showed, but wanted to make sure it got away healthy here. Give somebody else a chance to catch it. As we move down the lake here and hook up with another big one. Another big stuck rainbow. Like I said, these fish really fight. It is a battle. Really need a reel with a good drag system on it. Because these fish will test your equipment. See if I can get my fish gripper ready to go here. This fish is getting played down to some degree. Hopefully we can get it landed here pretty soon. Kind of tricky getting the zipper open on my bag with one hand, but we're finally getting it here. This fish just going crazy. Splashing around in this wind. Wind and waves. Didn't have a lot of time to fish this day, less than an hour, but second big one we've hooked up with. This wind is kind of miserable to be out in, even though the weather's pretty warm. Looks like we got a female this time. Another good trout. Pretty close to the size of the last one that we caught. Get my pliers and get this fish loose. Get my crankbait off. Fishing the squarebill down the weed line here in pretty shallow water. This bait only runs about 3 foot deep, so I'm fishing it not too far out from the bank. Just throwing down the bank, covering some water with this crankbait. Fish tend to hit it when you pause it, stop it, or pause it for a little bit and then give it a couple quick jerks. And a lot of times that's when they'll bite it. Get the scale hooked up here. Try to keep these fish in the water as much as possible. Like I said, they fight. They give a lot of their energy when you're fighting them, so they're pretty wore out by the time you land them. If you plan on releasing them, you want to keep them in the water as much as possible. This one comes in at 6.01, so right at a 6-pounder. Another beautiful rainbow trout. Be another one in the 23-24 inch range. Yep. Very nice fish. Get this fish back in for somebody else to catch. probably in the near future. Decided to get a little video of me with this fish. It's a beautiful rainbow. So we get it released. Swims away healthy. So we had a successful trip here. Caught 2 big trout over 6 pounds on our little squarebill crankbait. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and we'll catch you on the next one. Here's a quick look at the bait I used to catch these trout today. A little vicious squarebill crankbait. Thanks for watching once again.